In this video, I will walk you through 5 common mistakes that new parents make that can unknowingly hinder their baby's development. These errors may seem small or insignificant, but they can have a big impact on your child's growth and well-being. By being aware of these pitfalls, you can ensure that you are providing the best possible environment for your little one to thrive. The first 2 years are the foundation of your baby's brain. It's very important to let your baby see and check their environment to try and explore sights, sounds, tastes, and textures. Interact with other babies is very important as well. It's recommended to limit the amount of screen time to develop your baby as good as possible. What is too much? Specialists recommend babies younger than 18 months to get no screen time at all. Toddlers starting from 18 months are allowed to start having some screen time with a parent, for example. Later on, it's allowed to have your child having more screen time. We recommend to always be aware of your baby or toddler having his screen time. For example, as long as the topic is educational based on the age of your baby, research the best possible content for your child. Not all of the content or games are educational. This is why research is very important. We recommend searching online and what doctors recommend. When possible, preview the game in advance before. Schedule the time your baby is having screen time. It's so important to have developed your baby having enough playtime. Schedule as much as possible educational things beside the need of electronic devices. This is the foundation of every child for a good future. Turn off the devices during meals, and very important, at least 1 hour before bedtime. The problem regarding this is that electronic devices emit blue light that will suppress melatonin production in your brains, followed by disrupted sleep and makes you feel awake and restless. Talk to your doctor if you want any more advice regarding this topic. Imagine a typical day with your newborn, but let me show you why it may not be the best for your baby's development. Your little one wakes up, and after a feeding session, you settle them in a bouncer for some playtime. As they start to get sleepy, you transfer them to a cozy baby carrier for a nap. Once they wake up, it's time for another feeding, followed by some more bouncer time while you prepare for the day. Then you embark on a trip to the shops, with your baby snugly secured in a car seat. Upon reaching the store, you transfer the car seat onto a stroller, allowing you to navigate the aisles while your baby enjoys the ride. After completing your grocery shopping, you head back home, possibly with another nap in the car seat. This cycle of moving your baby from one container to another continues until bedtime. This practice is known as container hopping, and although it may not seem harmful, it poses a hidden issue. These containers, such as swings, bouncers, car seats, strollers, and more, restrict your baby's movement and limit their ability to explore freely. The freedom to move is crucial for your baby's physical development. Stretching, reaching, kicking, and even wiggling play a vital role in strengthening their muscles and enhancing their coordination. These are the building blocks for major milestones like rolling over, crawling, and eventually sitting up. Therefore, if your baby is restricted in movement, it can result in setbacks or hinder their progress in reaching developmental milestones. Movement plays a vital role in helping your baby comprehend their body and surroundings. By exploring their surroundings, they enhance their spatial awareness, grasp the concept of balance, and learn about cause and effect, such as pushing a toy and observing it move. This learning process is essential for cognitive growth and lays the groundwork for mastering more intricate skills in the future. Consequently, if your baby spends prolonged periods confined in equipment, they may lose out on these valuable learning opportunities. However, this doesn't mean you should completely avoid using baby gear like rockers or bouncers. Pay attention to your baby's head position. It's easy to overlook this subtle sign, but it can have a significant impact on your baby's development. During the first 3 months of their life, you may notice that your newborn's head naturally tilts to one side, whether they're awake or asleep. Don't worry, this is completely normal. However, if you consistently observe that your baby's head always leans to the same side, it could be a sign of positional torticollis. This condition occurs when one of your baby's neck muscles is tighter than the other, causing them to turn their head more towards one side. If left untreated, positional torticollis can potentially affect your baby's development in various ways. Did you know that tight neck muscles can pose a challenge for your little one's muscle development? It's true. When their muscles aren't able to develop evenly, it can affect their balance and coordination. As your baby grows, this might even hinder their progress in reaching important milestones like sitting up, crawling, or walking. It's important to ensure their muscles are working together harmoniously for optimal growth and development. In addition, the constant tilting of your baby's head can have an impact on their posture. As your baby grows, these changes in posture can become more noticeable and may require physical therapy or other interventions to correct. Moreover, the continuous head tilt can increase the likelihood of your baby developing a flat spot on the back of their head due to the constant pressure on one side. Additionally, the limited movement of the neck can make breastfeeding more challenging, especially on one side, as your baby may struggle to latch on comfortably. Therefore, it is crucial to detect and address these issues early on. If you observe that your baby consistently tilts their head to one side, it is advisable to schedule an appointment with a pediatric physiotherapist or physical therapist. However, always consult with a specialist to ensure you are taking the appropriate steps. They will be able to recommend exercises or other treatments to help loosen your baby's tight neck muscles so it doesn't have as big of an impact on their development. This next mistake is commonly dismissed as a normal part of newborn development that will self-correct over time, and it's easy to understand why. At birth, newborns often have elongated or unusually shaped heads. This is due to their position in the uterus during pregnancy and the molding of their skull as they pass through the birth canal. However, what many don't realize is most babies' heads return to a normal shape within about 6 weeks after birth. Therefore, if you notice a flat spot on the back or side of your baby's head, you might assume that it's a normal part of this reshaping process and will correct itself with time. But in reality, this could be a condition known as positional plagiocephaly. Positional plagiocephaly is a condition where the skull bones at the back or side of your baby's head become flattened. Although it doesn't affect brain development, it can cause asymmetrical head or facial growth and even vision issues. In severe instances, medical treatment may be necessary to correct the flattening and facial asymmetry. Therefore, if you observe any flattening on your baby's head, make sure to consult their doctor promptly. Let's talk about baby wearing and how it can affect your little one's hip development. In the first 6 months, your baby's hips are still growing, and how you carry them can make a big difference. If you constantly wear your baby with their legs hanging straight down and their thighs close together, it could actually hinder their hip development. This position increases the risk of a condition called developmental dysplasia of the hip, DDH, where the ball of the hip isn't properly positioned in the socket, making the hip unstable. It's important to be mindful of how you wear your baby to ensure their hips stay healthy and strong. In more severe instances, it could even result in the dislocation of the hip joint. While DDH doesn't typically cause pain in infants, if left untreated, it could lead to complications down the road. Your child might start to walk with a limp, on their toes, or with a waddling gait. As time goes on, they may be at risk of developing arthritis in the hip joint, which can be quite painful and may even necessitate a hip replacement. To minimize this risk and promote proper hip development, the International Hip Dysplasia Institute suggests that you carry your baby facing you for the first 6 months of life. When carrying them, make sure their knees are apart and their legs are wrapped around your body. Their hips should be bent with their knees slightly higher than their bottom, and their thighs should be well supported. This M or frog-like position is ideal for healthy hip development. The next one may not impede your baby's growth, but it does heighten the risk of suffocation. That's why I believe it's crucial to bring up. The mistake is allowing your baby to sleep in baby bouncers, rockers, swings, and gliders. The reason behind this is that when your baby is placed in these seats, they are positioned at an angle. If they happen to doze off, their head can lean forward, causing their chin to press against their chest. This position can obstruct their airways, making it difficult for them to breathe properly. This perilous scenario is known as positional asphyxiation. What's truly alarming about asphyxiation is that it occurs silently and can easily go unnoticed. A baby struggling to breathe may not exhibit obvious signs of distress. Therefore, even if you are in the same room, monitoring your sleeping baby in one of these devices, you may not realize that something is amiss until it's too late. Taking care and to supervise your baby is very important to prevent your baby of all the issues. And when doubt, don't hesitate for help. Beside that, take care of nutrition, regular checkups. Every step is necessary to ensure your baby keeps healthy. If your steps are as they should, you surely will have a baby with a good development. But don't forget, give them love. In the end, it's what we all want. These are the simple basics we all need for the start of our life. As we draw close to this enlightening journey through the early stages of baby development, we appreciate your participation. Parenthood is a journey, and we're here to guide. Remember, every baby is unique. They are, after all, our future.